Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best cameras for street photography.
Starting at number 5.
Canon EOS R50. The Canon EOS R50 is the best budget photography camera we've tested. It's a great choice for beginners thanks to its simple and intuitive controls and comprehensive auto and creative shooting modes that allow novice photographers to experiment with different photography styles while they're still learning the ropes. It also has an accurate and easy-to-use autofocus system and is very portable for travel or street photography. Unlike the Canon EOS M50 Mark II, which it effectively replaces, this is also a good camera to grow with since it uses the same lens mount as full-frame Canons like the Canon EOS R6 Mark II. That means you can use both APS-C and full-frame lenses with the R50, making it easier to upgrade to a full-frame body down the line. The Olympus OMD EM10 Mark IV is another great budget option, especially if you're interested in the more portable Micro Four Thirds system. It has a well-established lineup of lenses, but its autofocus system is much less reliable than the AF on the R50, and its ergonomics may feel a bit more cramped, depending on the size of your hands.
Coming at number 4.
Canon EOS R10. If the Sony α6-700 is out of your price range, the Canon EOS R10 is an entry-level model that packs a punch for its price. With a highly accessible user interface and great ergonomics, it's beginner-friendly, easy to use, and features a highly accurate and effective autofocus system. On top of that, you get quick burst shooting, a good battery life, and some impressive video specs for an entry-level model, including 4K recording at up to 60 frames per second, albeit with a crop, and 10-bit capture in its HDR PQ mode, though it lacks advanced features like log profiles. The biggest downside of the R10, like the Canon EOS R6 Mark II above, is that lens selection is still relatively limited for the RF mount. If you'd prefer a more established lens ecosystem, the Fujifilm X-S10 is another great choice at this price point. It's one of the few entry-level models to feature in-body image stabilization. That said, its autofocus system is less reliable, and this camera may be harder to find new in stock.
At number 3.
Sony α6700. The Sony α6-700 is the best all-around mid-range camera we've tested for photographers. This hybrid model uses a 26-megapixel APS-C sensor and captures fantastic overall image quality. It's also relatively portable and has an excellent battery life, making it a good choice for long days on the go. As is typical for Sony, the camera's autofocus system is one of the most effective on the market, with AI-driven subject detection and tracking. The camera also has IBIS and a wide selection of native and third-party lenses from which to choose. If you don't want to fiddle around with RAW files too much, consider the Fujifilm X-S20 instead. Fujifilm is known for its excellent JPEG processing and film simulation profiles, making it a good choice for those who prefer to take snapshots straight out of the camera. Like the α6-700, it has a high-res APS-C sensor and IBIS to help you shoot handheld at slower shutter speeds. However, its autofocus isn't as effective as the Sony's, so it's less suited to very fast subjects like sports or wildlife.
Number 2 of my list.
Fujifilm X-T5. If you prefer the portability and lower cost of APS-C cameras, the Fujifilm X-T5 is among the best we've tested. With a 40.2-megapixel APS-C sensor, it's one of the best digital cameras for photography if you're interested in landscapes or portraits, giving you plenty of leeway to crop and adjust your photos. While images taken in low light are typically noisier than a full-frame alternative like the Canon EOS R6 Mark II, the detail and image quality you can get out of this camera are hard to beat at this price point. The camera also honors Fujifilm's photography-oriented roots with dedicated exposure dials that give you more hands-on control over your settings and a 3-way tilting screen that's incredibly versatile for waist-level shooting and street photography. If you're looking for a more robust camera with better ergonomics for studio work, you might prefer the Fujifilm X-H2. It uses the same sensor as the X-T5 but has a bigger body and additional benefits for hybrid or video shooters, like a full-sized HDMI port and CF Express card slot. However, it's a bit pricier and less portable.
And number 1.
Canon EOS R6. The Canon EOS R6 Mark II is the best camera for photography that we've tested. This hybrid model is a great choice for enthusiasts and is well-rounded enough for a wide range of photography styles. It's sturdy, weather-sealed, and has excellent ergonomics, along with an effective in-body image stabilization (IBIS) system to help you get steadier handheld shots at slower shutter speeds. The camera is built around a fantastic full-frame sensor with excellent dynamic range and great low-light noise handling. Throw in a superb autofocus tracking system and up to 40 frames per second burst shooting with its electronic shutter, and you've got a fantastic all-arounder that can capture everything from portraits to action shots. If you'd prefer a camera with a more established lens ecosystem, the Sony Alpha 7 IV is neck and neck with the Canon. It's another fantastic hybrid camera with a wider range of native and third-party lens options, as well as a higher resolution sensor. However, it has a slower max burst rate than the R6 Mark II, dropping to just 6 frames per second when shooting uncompressed RAW files. Its ergonomics are also a bit lacking in comparison, but ultimately, these are both top-of-their-class cameras that will suit hobbyists and pros alike.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.